Wait, can you repeat that one more time?
Wait, what does that mean? Well, wait. Pause. What is that asking?
To ask who she is, what she is.
Okay.
I do conduct interviews as a reporter for the Lions Roar, but I also take a lot of photos.
I write about 30 to 35 articles per year.
I have experience interviewing people live on camera as a part of our live casting program for the Journalism Academy at my school.
So in our paper, we do a faculty fast talk, which is a series of questions that are short, like yes or no's or one-word answers to kind of get to know our faculty a little bit better. We watched the Vogue 90 questions with celebrities and modeled it after that. We liked how it flowed really well and the interesting funny things that you don't usually get to ask teachers on a daily basis.
Well, if I interview someone who isn't particularly verbal, I try to make it more natural and less formal to make them more comfortable.
The greatest challenge about asking questions on camera is not knowing what the person is going to say.
But if they don't want to interview, I usually try to find if they have friends or people that know them well to talk to them.
I have learned to fix that problem by just going for it. You have to ask questions and listen, but you also have to have fun and make sure that they have fun.
Asking really great questions with the person you're interviewing wanting to give the answers rather than just having to give the answers.
It's important that when you conduct an interview, you're asking questions that are open-ended and that they can talk about. There's multiple things they can say, and you don't have a set of questions to ask, but you go off of what they tell you.
You want to have a conversation with them, not a question and answer session.
The hardest part about interviewing people is finding the right questions to ask that you know will get the answers that you want.
If I was being interviewed, I'd want to be asked a question that would make me cry, which wouldn't be that hard to do, but I still think those are the best questions.
What is your most embarrassing memory from high school? Would you rewear your prom dress? And I guess I'd ask what their favorite quote is. What's the one item you refuse to throw away?
I've learned that more open-ended questions usually lead to more detailed responses, and people like to talk a lot about themselves and what their passions are.
If I were to interview all of you, I would probably start with the question, why are you all here right now? Why did you choose to pursue journalism in the first place?
Were you prepared for this? How could you be prepared for this?
The ability for the interviewer to draw out such emotion, because there was the likelihood that if the interviewer was not asking the right questions, that she would have given blunt answers.
I don't know what to say to that. I mean, I'm flattered, but it's, I don't know.
The best interview that I've ever seen was, there were a few and they were part of a documentary about Scientology called Going Clear, and they were really interesting because it was with former members of the church and you got an inside perspective, but also it sort of made you understand why they were so drawn to the church, but also why they ended up leaving it.
What kind of a tree are you? If you think you're a tree now.
I hope I'm not an elm with Dutch elm disease. I don't know, because then I'm withering.
I didn't think this was going to set you off on such a tear.
You launched it. It set off on a tear because you didn't formulate it in an honest way, and because you people ask me questions, you don't ask the other side.
Well, the worst interview I've ever seen was an interview with an old woman named Flossie Dickey.
The worst interview I've ever seen is Flossie Dickey. Flossie. The worst interview I ever saw was Flossie. Just Flossie interview.
Good morning. Yes, we are out here at the Cheney Care Center, and I am sitting next to the woman on the front page of the Spokesman Review this morning. This is Flossie Dickey, and check it out, folks. We got her very own Good Day Spokane coffee mug. She is enjoying some...
Here she is in the newspaper.
No, my favorite broadcaster, I don't know.
That's a difficult question. It's not a bad question. Just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's a bad question. I just don't have an answer for you.